Yo, what's good YouTube, Richie Kim here. Today I'm going to be bringing you all a video that some of you have been asking for. So today I'm going to bring you guys my top 5 performance basketball shoes. Before we get started, if you all can hit that subscribe button down below, I'd appreciate it a lot. But anyways guys, let's get right into it. Alright guys, so starting off with the runner-up or 6th place I guess, because I really did want to include it on this list, is the Kobe AD Mids. The Kobe AD Mids, they're a really nice shoe. The cushion is pretty solid. It is a basic setup with the lunar lawn in the forefoot and the zoom unit in the heel. But the thing that really just kept it out of the top 5 list for me is the materials. It felt pretty budget in my opinion, and I really didn't like that. And also because of the materials that they used, it got very hot. So for me, that was a no-go. I mean, that doesn't mean it's a bad shoe. I just prefer these other 5 shoes compared to that shoe. And another thing about it is the traction is really good, but when you do play on dusty courts, you guys have to wipe a lot, and the traction gets kind of slick. So that was another thing I didn't really like about that shoe, which is why it is in 6th place. So now that we got that runner-up out of the way, let's move into number 5. For me, number 5 is the Jordan 32. The Jordan 32 all around is a really great shoe. I love the cushion setup. I love forefoot zoom and heel zoom combined in one, especially in this one because the forefoot zoom is unlocked. So you really feel that forefoot zoom. What held it back for me though is I don't like how the midsole is super clunky at first. It does get better, but it still at some points feels a little bit clunky, especially when compared to these other shoes. So the heel to toe transition was just okay, and it did feel a little bit awkward. Also, the shoe gets very hot because of the materials that they used. But the materials that they use are really good quality, so it's kind of a trade-off. So that's why the Jordan 32 is number 5. Alright, so 4th and 3rd place for me, I could change them up between each other. It was really hard to decide which one would be ranked higher on this list. So I'll just say for number 3 and 4 is the Curry 4 and the Dame 4. Both of them are very good shoes, especially for guards. You have really great responsiveness. In the Dame 4s, you do have more impact protection than the Curry 4s, but I would say that the Curry 4s, you do feel lower to the ground, so you kind of get that quicker responsiveness than the Dame 4s. Other than that, material usage on both of the shoes was really good, and also the support on the shoes were really good. So between those 2 pairs of shoes, I really couldn't decide which one was better than the other, so I decided to tie them, or I guess just you can change the rating between both shoes. It doesn't really matter. They're both super solid and I loved playing in them. So number 2 on this list is one of my favorite shoes, and I still play in them today a lot actually. It is the Hyperdunk 2017, not the Flyknit model, because the Flyknit model does lack support because of the stretchiness of the Flyknit. So I would say go for one of the mesh models, whether it's the mid top or low top. I don't think it really matters. The Hyperdunk, it gives me really good responsiveness. Traction is really freaking good, and materials are pretty nice as well. It does feel a little bit stiff at first, but just give it a little bit of time and it breaks in and it gives you a nice, really good fit. Also, for me as a slightly wide footer, I don't know, for me it doesn't really give me too many problems when I'm playing. It doesn't feel painful or anything like that. So the Hyperdunks for me were really nice. I wish it did give a little bit more impact protection, but it does give like a decent amount, so I'm completely okay with that. So that is why the Hyperdunk is number 2 on my list. And for number 1, if you guys haven't already guessed it, it is the D Rose 8. The D Rose 8 is a very nice shoe. I don't know why Adidas didn't do anything special for the D Rose 8. It comes in a regular boost box, not the Ultra Boost box, but the Performance Boost box. So it's like a black one, and it says Boost around the sides. It comes in a super plain box, but it's a really good shoe. The D Rose 8 is the best performer of the year so far, hands down, at least in my opinion. Impact protection is really nice. The boost in the heel is very bouncy and it gives a lot of that impact protection that I was mentioning. And in the forefoot, you can feel the boost a little bit too, but you don't lose any responsiveness or court feel. So it's a really great cushion setup all around. The materials, I felt like they could have been a little bit better, but it's nothing to complain about. It does the job well, and also the ventilation in that shoe is pretty decent. So material usage was really good. Support is really good. I had no side-to-side movement on the footbed, no heel slippage, and also for those of you who like ankle support or like the feeling of something around your ankles, the D Rose 8 definitely gives you that feeling, because at least in my opinion, it feels like I'm kind of wearing an ankle brace. I've never worn one myself, but if I were to, I feel like that's what it would feel like. So the D Rose 8, really great all-around shoe. And not to mention the traction. The traction on the D Rose 8 is the best traction of the year, hands down. Even better than the Hyper Dunks. The zipper traction that they use on the D Rose 8 is absolutely ridiculous, and it's just a very solid shoe. Even though it seems like Adidas doesn't really care about the Rose line anymore, the D Rose 8 was an absolute beast on court, and that is why it is #1 on this list. One thing I do have to mention about the traction though is do not get the solid rubber outsole. Make sure you get the translucent rubber, because the translucent rubber is better on the D Rose 8 at least. I really hope you guys like this video. Some people were asking me to do it, so I decided to try it out. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you guys liked the video, hit that subscribe button down below, and also smash that thumbs up button for me as well, as it really does help me out. While you guys are at it, check out this video on my left and on my right. And that's pretty much it. Until next time, guys, peace.